Hello, welcome to Unit 1, the vocabulary portion of Unit 1. So we're going to start with our pronouns. Pronouns are always done with the index finger. So we start with me, you, us, we, and then he or she. And again, context clues: if it's a boy, he; if it's a girl, she. Normally the sentence will tell you what we're talking about, or it. Okay? Then we have, next, our possessive pronouns, which are done with the B hand shape, we call it. My, mine, yours, our, theirs, and again, his, girl, her. Okay, the B hand shape. You can also say, I forgot to neglect, with the singular pronoun their, to like this, like it's their house, their, with the singular pronoun. Then we have the myself and the yourself, which is done with the A hand shape. Self, yourself, yourselves, so we pass it to show everybody, yourselves. And then we have the third person self, which is like this, again, the himself or the herself. And when we refer to God and we're talking about himself, we put it actually up here for himself because he's actually in heaven, to show that authority of between God and man. Moving on, we have our WH questions. So we have who. Again, make sure that your head is tilted a little bit and your eyebrows. Okay. Then we have what. What is also has its own finger-spelled hand shape, which has its own movement. And what it looks like is the W to the H to the A to the T, but it's fast, and so it almost looks like you're skipping that A. What? See that? What? And this is used more for like emphasis, or just like if someone comes up to you and starts a conversation, like you know, but okay. But if you're asking a question like, what do you want to eat? You would use this. Another form of what is the to-do sign, which is like this. It's actually a D and an O, and you're doing it back and forth. It's called to do, and it can mean like, what are you doing? What have you been doing? What am I going to do? It's called to do. And depending on the context in the sentence, it changes what it actually means. But you're putting the index finger up and down like the do, D-O. You're going from D to O, but you have the orientation where the fingers are held like this, and it's like this. So if someone comes up to you and starts saying, that's like, what did you do this weekend, or what have you been up to, type thing. Okay. Another one that's common in conversational is what's up. Okay. Then we have where. And then we have when. This is the sign that's used, but there's also a finger-spelled version, loan sign, which is the W to the H to the E to the N. So it's kind of like what, but it's when. Okay. And then we have how. The one that is more common is this one, how, but you'll also see the old one, how, which is the double. Okay. But the more common is the. Okay. So those are the WH questions. So let's review those. Okay, ready? When you actually sign this, again, watch your mouthing. I tend to mouth because I've worked with English so long. So let's make sure on the how it's not like that. It's just. Okay, like that, just a little bit slightly open. All right, moving on. We have our vocabulary words for this unit, our actual verbs. So we have copy, which is a directional, because I can copy you and you can copy me. Copy. Okay. Then forget. Then not know. Or you can also just shake your head. And then we have the don't know. Okay. Then we have go to. So go to. And then come would be this way. Go to, come to, go to, come to. And then if you go to something a lot, you frequent it, frequent. Okay. Then we have right on. So you're doing this in the right, your dominant hand is like this, and you're writing. Then you have draw. Then you have put down, name, nice to meet you, same, or, and then, so it's double hands or single depending on conversational formal, and or emphasis. And then you also have the same as, like if you and I share a same characteristic, like the same, we like the same things, we're dressed the same, we look the same, our eyes are the same color, like this, and it's between me and the person I'm talking to. Okay, and then we have different, and then the wave left, right, up, and down to show direction. Okay, and then numbers 1 through 10. Remember, 1 through 5, the palm faces in. Then it comes out for 6 through 10. Again. Okay, so now I'm going to review the verbs again. So starting with copy. And the sign for number is actually number. So numbers 1 through 10. We actually show that dash, 1 through 10. Okay. And lastly, we have our phrases. So we have our what is your name? Then we have my name is Jacqueline Moore, and then my sign name. So this is sign name, okay? And finally, our end of the conversation, nice to meet you. And that concludes our vocabulary for Unit 1.